That's the only reason.
Okay. I pass this witness. I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
My name is Pedro Ostorga.
And sir, I know that it is my understanding that you do not agree with the child support amount, but the other agreements that I read into the record, are you okay with those?
Medical and dental, I am okay with.
Okay. And sir, the state has calculated child support application prior to today. The parties were living together. We did an order in 2023 stopping support, but they have since split up. The parties have reached a partial agreement. I'll read that into the record. The contested issue is a non-disclosure and the child support amount. The agreements are that the custodial parent is to carry health dental insurance through her employer, medical support to be set at $175, dental support to be set at $48 per month.
How much?
48. And parties stipulated that the support today was based on information received by the state. The parties have stipulated to that regarding the non-custodial parent's income for the first and second quarter. For the income used was $12,829.18 per month, and no other children were not before the court. I will now call the mother. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Julie Munoz.
And Ms. Munoz, what's the name and age of the child or children in this case?
The child's name is, her age is 4 years old.
And ma'am, who does that child live with?
The child lives with me.
And are you living with the father of the child?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Did you hear the agreements I read into the record?
I did.
Are those still your agreements?
For the medical and dental?
Yes, for everything that I just read to the record.
Yes.
Okay. The state has calculated child support at $1,840. Are you in agreement with that?
I am.
Okay. And ma'am, do you want your address to remain private from this court record?
I do.
What is the reason?
Um, for safety and comfort reasons.
Can you, safety from whom, ma'am?
From the father, Pedro Astorga.
What would happen if he had your address?
So prior to us reconciling, he would come to the house, come to my home, all times of the night, and just come over as he pleased.
Okay, was the police ever involved in any of his
No,
visits? Okay, has there been any family violence between you and the father?
no,
Okay, is there any other reason you want your address to remain private?
that's the only reason.
Okay, I pass this witness. I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
My name is Pedro Ostorga.
And sir, I know that it is my understanding that you do not agree with the child support amount, but the other agreements that I read into the record, are you okay with those?
Medical and dental, I am okay with.
Okay. And sir, the state has calculated child support at $1,840. Are you in agreement with that?
I am not, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell the judge why?
Just because I have a mortgage and car bills, I got everything to pay. And also when I get my child, I also spend money on her.
Okay, so sir, do you understand that we calculated child support based on income reported by your employer? Do you
I
understand that?
understand that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, Sir, would you be okay with the mother's address and information to remain private?
Yes, that's fine with me.
And you understand that if she were to move that information, her new address would be private as well.
That's fine with me.
Okay, is there anything else you would like to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I pass this witness.
Okay. So Mr. Astorga, you do agree that you make about $12,829 on average gross before taxes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Munoz or Ms. Cantu, the family violence you're mentioning, that's before we did the last order, correct?
So that, because I have a different order with a different parent that does include family violence, that carried over to Mr. Ostorgas, given that I was married at the time and we had to do a, a parent, like whenever he signs that he's a parent of my daughter.
Let me back up because I don't understand. I'm lost. So
So, so
you had an order, the last order we did, which was probably 2021, which was about 3 years ago.
yes,
Y'all were living together and we didn't do child support and all that. And so what I'm trying to ask is, has something happened since then?
no,
Okay. All right. Then the parts y'all agreed to, those are all confirmed. If nothing's happened since then, I'm not granting your non-disclosure. You should be able to share each other's addresses and phone numbers with each other. Y'all have a child together. It's not something new. Of course, y'all need to make sure y'all don't harass each other, go over each other's residences when you're not supposed to be there, and you're not supposed to call each other when you're drunk, that kind of thing. I mean, y'all are grown up. I think y'all are hopefully not doing that anymore. But just warning you that not to do that. We need to know where the child is. So y'all are both should know each other's addresses. There shouldn't be a non-disclosure if y'all have not had any issues in 3 years. The child support is based on your income, sir. I cannot decrease your support. I know it's a lot of money, but you make a lot of money. I cannot decrease your child support because you have other expenses. That's not set up in the law as far as how we do it. It's 20% of your bring home pay, not the 12,000, but a smaller number, which they probably discussed with you. It's 20% of that number. Also subtracting that you pay in the 175 for the medical and the 48 for the dental. You'll have to make adjustments to everything else, unfortunately, but there's nothing else I can do here on the child support part. Everyone has expenses. Everyone has expenses to live, to have a place to live, to drive places, and all the other expenses that we usually have to pay, like to eat and things like that. So I cannot reduce your child support, because Ms. Cantu probably has the same kind of bills you do, maybe. So I can't increase her child support either because maybe she has more bills than you. So we just do it on a math calculation. So the child support set at $1,840 beginning October 1st. The Attorney General's office will put that in a court order and email y'all both a copy if they have your addresses, and they'll send out a new withholding order for that amount, and that'll be it. All right, y'all are done with court today. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
thank you, Judge.
One moment, Your Honor.